What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cube Carnage here, and I'm dropping you guys another gameplay and commentary today. Today I'm playing some CTF1 Express. This is a pub match. This isn't an old ass league play game because I know Express was taken out of the rotation for league play, but my friend Anna didn't want to play league play, and she wanted to play some pub CTF, so I obliged her, and we just played and had fun. So this is just an old gameplay from like a week or two ago, and I just wanted to throw out there. I did pretty okay. I never do this wonderful on a CTF game or in pubs, because pubs piss me off to an extent, so I had to use the faggot cannon, aka the FAL. But today I kind of want to talk to you guys about COD Ghosts, my thoughts on COD Ghosts, as far as from a competitive aspect from it, and a guy that's trying to break into the scene, and who's considered an amateur player as of right now. But I know my opinion holds no bearings, but I think I have some validated opinions and some good ones. So I like you guys to hear me out, and if you like what you're about to hear, I'm just gonna give you my spiel now. Just share it, comment down below, and tell me your thoughts on it. So far as what we know about the game in its alpha stage is that we have so many game types. There's so many game types in this game so far. We don't know all of them, and we don't know what they all do. Let's see, we know what Blitz does. It is a replacement for CTF, and we know what Search and Rescue is, which is a spin-off on Search and Destroy. If you guys don't know what Search and Rescue is and what Blitz is, Search and Rescue is pretty much an S&D remodel, but you have to capture, I believe, a down dog. And the game's respawn, it is a respawn game type, but to an extent. The game's respawn is based on tags, and if you're, say for instance, you down someone and you kill them, and they drop a tag. If you do not confirm that tag, and someone else does, they will respawn back into the game. As far as Blitz is kind of a CTF replacement. Blitz is pretty much you hop on, like, say for instance, like an enemy, like a point on the map, it's like a point in your enemy's base, and you have to stand up for 10 seconds to cap it. And what happens is it's going to flip you back onto the other side, into your base again, and that will be considered a cap on your end. But a lot of people have their they're really skeptical about those two game modes as far as what it can bring to competitive and what it can do. We didn't really see any gameplay from either of the game modes, so I'm not one to judge, but I really like the idea of Search and Rescue. I know it takes away some competitive aspects of the game, but we'll have to see and just never know. Like, it takes sniping out of S&D or the S&D game mode completely away out of the game. It just takes a lot away from it. I know it just takes a lot of the core strategies that we already have away from the S&D style game. And pretty much, it kind of makes it a little different. It makes it actually not a little. It makes it completely different. And Blitz is again, it's different. Like, we just don't know how it plays. I would have loved to seen gameplay from either of the game modes, but sadly enough, we don't. So that's pretty much on pure speculation. But I really think Search and Rescue is promising. I'm not too sure about Blitz. Let's see what else. As far as like customization in the game, I think the customization is really cool, especially with the perk system and creating your own squad, etc., etc. I think it could just go a long way. But there's also room for things to be broken. But we won't know that until the game gets released. So I really think it's really cool what they're doing as far as customization, bringing what Treyarch did over into their own style. And I think that's going in the right direction. And I feel like it's like deep down I feel like it's a good place to be at, starting with this whole loadout thing. Next thing I want to talk about is kind of like league play, and the things Treyarch did right and the things Treyarch didn't do right. And I'm not going to really touch on things that Treyarch didn't do right, because fuck, they just sucked on connection all the time. So the things that Treyarch did right was they completely supported competitive for this season, and I appreciate for what they did for that. Even though I give Treyarch a lot of slack for certain things in the game, and making the game unenjoyable sometimes, but the supporting the competitive scene as far as league play and Codcaster, I feel like those two things need to come back into COD Ghosts. I'm not saying like completely rip off Treyarch completely with league play and Codcaster. I'm saying make your own variant of it. Codcaster, there's not so much that you can like steer away from it. It's so much that you just have to bring it back. It makes it makes viewing viewership and making casting a lot easier for those guys out there, and it makes it exciting because as you know, someone that's watching a stream, you know, you can see the scoreboard, the gameplay of certain players, and you can see the whole map, so you can really, it's really like, you know, you're integrating yourself into the game already, and you know what's happening, and you have a completely good idea of what's going on. So I believe that needs to come back, especially for viewership and streams of, you know, future tournaments and gaming for COD Ghosts, and especially when it's going to be the flagship game for the MLG Pro Circuit coming the 2014 season. League play, I believe, I still think we need to get more people onto competitive. There's, even in the 2013 season, like, you had so many people just getting to play. You got so many more teams out there going. You have so many people more playing competitive now than they are pubs. And I feel like we need a competitive ladder back into Ghost. I think that a competitive ladder has already established itself within the COD multiplayer. I feel like it has to be a necessity at this point. There's no way you're looking around it. You have more people that are more, you know, excited to get on Call of Duty when they have a competitive ladder they have to play. Like, you don't have to sit there and, you know, grind GB games that don't make fucking sense half the time, because GB games can be one-sided, especially with hosts and all that. Like, people that have shared double hosts and all that. But you know, that's besides the point. But yeah, I really would love to see an integrated, you know, league play system into the game. I just can't see a COD without it. Like, it seems like almost like a joke without it at this point. But yeah, with that said, let's keep going on. So with all these points that I'm trying to make here, and things that I'm trying to say, is that we all these things need to come together to keep the competitive scene going and keep, you know, Call of Duty exciting. Because for me, I wanted to come up in the competitive scene, but also I don't want the scene to become stale. You know, I don't want viewers out there to be bored watching the stream and, you know, watch like a half hour and an hour in and just click out. Like, it gets dull watching S&D and CTF all the fucking time. It is dull. But for me, I learned stuff from that. But I'm not like everyone else. Everyone else that wants to watch it wants to see huge plays. They want to see things, you know, they want to see exciting games. Like, that's why I believe, like, we need to really define these game modes and really make them more exciting. And I also think they should bring back Hardpoint. I'm not sure if they have a King of the Hill or a Hardpoint-esque game in their current new game modes, but I'm not sure. We don't, again, everything was in an alpha stage, so we don't know what's going on anymore. like they only had so much to work with, like the guys that went out and tested, that, you know, we just don't know what else there is. So I'm just hoping in the next couple weeks that, you know, IW does, like, you know, teaser reveals of, you know, all the new game modes that they're doing and all the new stuff that they're doing. That would be fucking awesome. But again, going back to the whole competitive thing, you know, Hardpoint, S&D, and CTF were actually really exciting to watch this year, and it's really cool to watch, like, all the new technology, all the new strategies, all the new things that these teams are doing, and especially Hardpoint. Hardpoint was crazy. Hardpoint was like, you know, at the edge of your seat kind of game mode that you just sat there and were just like, oh man, I have to see this. You know, who's going to make this clutch play? Who's going to make these huge kills? Who's going to get the triple to clear out a freaking hill? Who's going to get streaks first? How are they going to play under streaks? How are these guys going to rotate? Et cetera, et cetera. So with all that, it's kind of like, you know, we need to bring, like, I'm not trying to say rip off Treyarch, what they did in competitive. I feel like you need to take what Treyarch did for competitive and push it a whole lot further. I feel like Treyarch could have did more, and I feel like, you know, IW as a studio, they have an opportunity right now, especially for the bases that, you know, Treyarch laid out for them in the competitive scene, is that they can push their limits even further, and they're in the right direction. Do not get me wrong. I'm not bashing Infinity Ward for anything. I feel like all these small things that we have seen so far are going to be huge. It's going to be huge for competitive, and they're going in the right direction. It's just that for us, we only see through the window. We haven't gone through the door yet, and I think that's where we're at. And I'm hoping Treyarch really not Treyarch, Infinity Ward. I really hope Infinity Ward really holds up, and, you know, especially as being a flagship game for MLG for the 2014 season. Hopefully they hold up and, you know, do what's right for the competitive guys and all that, and just not shit on us like they did in MW3. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys checking out this commentary. Like always, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.